each and every one of you here. We're really happy that we have an eminent speaker with us who's going to be speaking about ancient healing. So my request to everyone is that while this is going on, the session, kindly keep your mic on mute. It's only at the end of the session when you want to ask questions that you may unmute yourself and ask the questions. So we now begin with the school prayer by Swati. Swati?
Yes, ma'am.
Swati,
Yes,
the
yes.
school prayer. Kindly
Good
mute
evening,
yourself,
everyone. O hidden life, vibrant in every atom. O hidden light, shining in every creature. O hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with every other. Thank you.
Thank you, Swati. And now I ask Ramesh to kindly introduce our eminent speaker.
Thank you, Sajani. On behalf of the School of Ancient Wisdom, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Adarsh Narayan. Adarsh Narayan has completed his course in integrated clinical hypnotherapy, also perusing postgraduate diploma in transperson regression therapy from Tasso Institution, Netherlands, facilitated by ACA. Two aspects of his life is what matter the most, that's healing and knowledge sharing. He has a deep experience in being an entrepreneur for over 13 years as a healer and a therapist. And he has worked over 30 clients and has executed more than 200 successful sessions, bringing transformation in many directions in their lives. Every session brings new knowledge and learning. He is inclined to share knowledge through workshops and group sessions on laws of attraction, exam fear relief, stress management, and work-life balance, which I'm sure all of us will be very interested to know about. Karma Siddhanta, soul contracts, journey of the souls, the astral world, career alignment, women empowerment, and so on. And we're really eager, therefore, now to hear from Adarsh. Over to you, Adarsh.
Thank you, Ramesh. And now it's over to our speaker, Adarsh.
Namaste to you all. Hope I am audible.
Yes.
Great. So thank you very much for having me here. It's been a great company even in the last session, and a very mature audience, I must say. So I just want to, because when I was approached for today's session, I was thinking, what topic do I take? So the most appropriate I felt is about the ancestral healing techniques that I often do. So the thing is, this is Pitru Paksha, and supposed to be, our time to pray, pay our gratitude to our ancestors, and it is being done in a very ancient ways. There are a lot of rituals involved and a lot of techniques in various modalities. But I, being a therapist, and I purely approach based on the therapeutic methods on ancestral healing. So I thought maybe this is the right time to speak about, about what is this ancestral healing is all about and how does it actually help to elevate ourselves. So my focus is all on elevating one's own consciousness. So, it's about elevating myself. But how does it happen when we are carrying ancestral energies and we are actually bringing a lot of energies coming from the ancestors? We are also carrying a lot of issues coming from the ancestors, and you go through the astrology, you go through various other modalities, the 100 modalities that talk about the ancestral energies being carried through our DNA, even in our physical body, even in our energetical bodies. So this is a constant thing that happens. along with the reproduction, along with the generations to come, we keep building our energies, we keep passing on our energies. It's like very simple, a child is born, and maybe let's say the child grows up and comes out to be 2 or 3 years old, and now we start seeing the traits of his previous generations in that child. Oh, he's exactly like his grandfather, or he's exactly behaving like his father, or he's exactly behaving like his mother. How does he behave exactly like his grandfather when he is not directly connected to his grandfather? So this is happening because we are carrying the energies, and it happens because we, not only in our DNA, we carry a lot of emotional waste. Can we mute all other?
Swati, kindly mute everyone.
Great, nice. So as I was saying, the trait that we carry, it's not just physical appearance. It's not just he looks like somebody in the family. He also carries the behavior. We also carry the behavior. We also carry the emotional baggages. We also carry the karmic baggages. We carry curses. We carry issues. There are family core issues. So it's not just a few small things that we carry from our ancestors. We carry a lot of things from them. And many times when clients approach to me coming with their issues, I tend to ask them whether the same issue, let's say somebody is coming to me with a constant failure in life. So whatever I do, the success is not coming to me. So I tend to ask them, is it same with your family, other members in your family? Is your brother struggling? Is your sister struggling? Who else is struggling? Is your father struggling? How was your father's life? So this kind of questioning when I do to the clients, I often find that they are actually the similar patterns have been carried out, or an exact opposite pattern has been carried out. My father was huge success, but I am a total failure. But behind the lines, it is the same issue. So why it is the same issue? Because the coping strategy is different. It could be the same feeling of weakness coming from generations to generations, but how I cope with the weakness within me is different than how my sibling copes with the weakness. So everybody's output becomes different. So this happens because there are multiple energies from multiple generations mixed together, and I will be catching up with the one that is most resonating with me. I will be having a lot of inner children who are very much resonated with this kind of thoughts, and then I will be carrying that energy. I will be expressing and using it more. So what are these ancestral energies? Let's talk about it. I mean, what kind of ancestral energies we carry from many generations? So it's a lot of emotions. Emotions are not just carried with the, I wouldn't say like, let's say sense of victimization. So this is my own family story. So I'm easy telling stories of my own all the time. So let's talk about a sense of weakness and sense of feeling victimized. This is my family's core issue at one point of time. Now that it is healed, its stories are different. But so I was constantly feeling victimized at different parts of my life all these years. So especially being an entrepreneur and feeling victimized, you can imagine my situation. So when this is happening, what I was doing everything I can, but finally I feel sad, I feel victimized. The success is not coming to me. This is my constant. My father is constantly blaming somebody else for his mistakes, and that is his strategy. His siblings have different strategies, but everybody finally has the similar feeling of being victim or being feeling weak, something like that. This is an emotional baggage that we have been carrying. My father's previous generation was not feeling victimized as such, but the sense of feeling victimization or the feeling weakness was still there, but the coping strategy was different. So what was the coping strategy? So coping strategy was like, I will prove that I can earn a lot of money and be very successful. So what do? I work. I do so many things, and finally I'm super successful. But my sense of weakness doesn't go because it is ancestral. So I do not appreciate my success. I do not acknowledge my success. I still feel weak. And I carry the same energies and I pass on the same energy to my next generation. The next generation will be coping differently. So in my ancestral lineage, if we check, there are some generations who are highly successful. There are some generations who are not at all successful. There are some generation who are just weeping and not trying and just giving up. So this is a pattern that I was getting all this time. So that is the reason why this entire ancestral energies that we have been carrying was a sense of weakness. It is called a family core issue. Every person has a core issue. The core issue is something that it's like the main branch of a tree, the core branch. From this core conclusion, the core misunderstanding of life, all other misunderstandings emerge, and more misunderstanding, more issues. All issues are basically an outcome of a misunderstanding of the life and its purpose, why I am here, what I am supposed to learn. When I don't understand, I develop negative emotions, and I develop negative emotions, then I act with the same emotions that creates more repercussions of the negative outcomes. And then I am constantly ringing that negative outcome bell to the universe, and I am getting back more and more negativity into my life. So this is how the ancestral energy will simply travel through us. But the copings are different. So my core issue is limited to my life. A family core issue travels from generations to generations. So in my most of my clients' healing sessions, the one of sessions that I ask them to do is either a family core issue healing, or I ask them to do at least a parental healing. Many times I see that the clients who come with a certain kind of an issue, it is not their issue at all. It is being carried from generations to generation. It is a family's entire family's issue. So there are issues. There are things like severe uh, physical illness, entire body pain. Everybody in the family, every generation, somebody is developing a body pain. So one of my practice sessions, this issue came up where the client is having full of body pains. In the current generation, his father has it, he is having it, and his Chikapa has it, Dodapa has it. So many people are having it. So when we traced it back to the source, it went back nearly quite a long list of ninth or 10th generation backwards, where one of the ancestors, he was eaten alive by a bear. And as he was eaten alive, his body parts were completely damaged. And that shock and that pain, that what he felt while dying, that got carried because he's unaware of his death, and his family is carrying his energy. We all carry each other's energies. So his family carried his energy, his emotions, his last moments. And that last moment is reliving in everybody's life. So everybody is resonating with the body. So when we healed that, the body pain automatically went off. No medicines worked, but this worked. Similarly, there are a lot of such things: kidney problems, cancer, heart issues, diabetes, a lot of things that are ancestral. There are also issues which are like not just ancestral, but parental, I would say. Parental in the sense, I am carrying, as a child, I am carrying a lot of energies from my parent also. So most of the time, my parents' anger or my parents' unexpressed guilt, unexpressed feelings, I tend to carry them because my aura is open to receive it. Because I am deeply connected to my parents. So many a times, my issue is not my issue, but it is coming from my parent. It is coming from my ancestors, somebody else's issue, but I'm internalizing it and I'm suffering. So in ancestral healing, the core entire idea is to bring the adult as of today back in charge to live his life, carrying the positivity of the ancestors, blessings of them, the positive emotions and the strengths they are carrying, and leaving behind the negative emotions, negative coping strategies that does not serve to me to live my life as of today. I don't want to relive a trauma that my ancestor has lived 10 generations ago. There are a lot of astrological interpretations come up with the, you have multiple generations, you have anger coming from certain deity. You have an issue coming from a certain deity. Certain deity is not happy with you. And similar kind of an ancestral issue come with even in other religions also. So when these kind of issues come, what we are actually carrying is the hatred or the anger or the guilt, some kind of a negative emotion and a feeling, and there is a story behind it, why it has happened. So, for example, if uh, there is an interpretation of anger from a goddess, the Durga Devi. So she represents abundance. She represents an energy, nurturing energy. It's a feminine, divine feminine energy. When the astrology says there is a blockage for Devi's grace for you, it actually means as a individual, I am blocking abundance, nurturing energies flowing through me, and I am blocking it because there is an ancestral energy I am carrying which does not want to receive it. It doesn't want to receive it because this ancestor has decided not to receive it. So when I trace it back, it may go back to seventh, eighth, ninth generation where my ancestor has gone through a really bad time and decided I will never worship a god again because I worshipped her so much. But I'm referring to real stories actually. So this also happened. So these kind of things come in ancestral healing. So family core issues, parental energies, ancestral energies, they all slowly start moving from generation to generation. And as they go on from generation to generation, the coping strategy, the way how we cope with that issue, that also changes. So what we do in ancestral healing is we address and we find the source of it. Which ancestor of which generation has really gone through a situation where these energies are carried out. So we reverse trace it and we find the source, we find that ancestor, and we go through his life story, what happened to him, why him or her, what happened, why is there a curse, is there an energy exchange, is there somebody holding on to the energies, is there a dark magic? So whatever that is, we find, is there a story, is there a drama? We find the drama and then we eventually heal it through the session by doing a proper energy exchanges, by having a proper dialogue with the ancestor and their energies, his consciousness or her consciousness, whatever it is. And then we bring all these things to good terms. And a very special benefit of an ancestral healing would be to make those people aware of their deaths who are not aware. So as you might know, I'm not sure whether I have referred to this before, but there is something called awareness of the death. Dying thoughts are very important. And when we die peacefully, we tend to carry very little of the current life's baggage or negative emotions to the next life. So dying peacefully is very important. So when I am trying to die peacefully, if I don't die peacefully, then I'm carrying baggages. And my next generation is also going to carry something from me. Not only that, the major difference would be when the person dies and the person is not aware that he is dead. So such ancestors tend to hold on to family members or hold on to somebody. And in many of your astrological interpretations, it comes as the Sadgati has not happened. The ancestor has not moved on because the ancestor is unaware of death. Most of the accidental deaths result in there is no registration of the death for that part of consciousness. So that consciousness is not aware that the life is over. They're still living their life in the astral plane, or they are traveling from one body to another. They are getting attracted to the resonating auras. So a lot of such things happen. When these kind of things happen, the ancestor is stuck in the fourth dimension. He's unable to move on to the fifth. He is unable to come back to another life. And there is some other, the whatever consciousness part has become aware of it, it has gone back to the fifth dimension. But the fourth dimension, whatever is not aware of the death, is stuck. So in ancestral healing, the additional advantage comes out to be this way of inviting all those ancestors who are not aware of their deaths, making them aware, giving them a quick understanding of their current status, and healing them properly, and then releasing them and letting them go back to where they actually belong to. And this works beautifully, brings very amazing healings, and brings a lot of positive and healing emotions and energies from the ancestors. And that is how this positivity starts flowing throughout the entire next generation. So ancestral healing is one of the things that comes in hypnotherapy and the tasso modality that I am doing. Along with this, there are family constellations. I'm sure a lot of audience here are aware of those modalities. Family constellations does the ancestral healing very beautifully. There are a lot of modalities who do these kind of ancestral healing, and I personally feel all this Mahalaya, Pitrupaksha, and all the rituals that we do for the people who are passed away, they are very meaningful and they are very authentic in terms of energetic changes that bring. Every death has 5 stages. The death, when a person dies in a family, the other people go through a grief, and this grief has got 5 stages to pass on. It starts with the denial, then it comes with the anger, then it comes with the depression, then it comes with the bargaining, then finally we come to a acceptance. So to move through this entire process, the ancient Indian culture follows a year long of rituals for the dead, and finally we leave them, and then we do a yearly rituals and all those things. So it's a very simplified but very authentic way of energy transference happening, along with an emotional transference happening, and emotional changes happening in the entire family, and finally the ancestor can move on. The in most of the religions there is a tendency of putting light after the person dies. For a few days they uh, keep a lamp. So this is also just to make them aware that look at the light, and you can move on to the next dimension. That is what we are trying to convey. So these kind of things are very interesting in ancestry, and they are very, very powerful things to do. And I feel that the ancestors and the God, the fear of God and fear of ancestors uh, is not that impressive. Love for God and love for ancestors should be the thing. When we really love our ancestors, we show the gratitude to them. We receive their positive, abundant energies. They are here to bless for us. They are here to bless us. So when we do that, I think it circulates through our entire generations in a most beautiful manner. And addressing the family core issues will definitely give us a very, very deep understanding of what are my true issues are. So feeling victimized is not my issue, it's coming from my ancestral issue. So when I heal that issue, my true issues are now coming up, and so that I can leave behind whatever negative energies and negative emotions and negative strategies, the coping strategies that are not working for me. So all these things I can get rid of, and I can focus on taking charge of my own life. I can live a good life, a better life, according to my life plan and according to my understanding of my purpose of life. So I don't want to be hijacked by an ancestor, or I don't want to be hijacked and derailed my entire life plan. I don't want to go into the air just because a family is carrying a curse. uh, the family curses are very interesting, and if I go on, it will be another 1.5 hour session. So I don't want to get into that. The family curses, the family negative energies are a very long story. But the understanding is, we want to get rid of the negative things that are flowing through us from the multiple generations. Those issues we need to heal. And as we heal them, our true issues are our issues that we need to work on. And that also we heal by following the right and proper modalities. And then we go forward to the next level of healing, elevating our own consciousness. And okay, for family curses, somebody asked me this, so I'll just cover that also. How does somebody get family curses? The curses are nothing but they are exchange energies. So let's say person A is badly angry with person B. Person A has is literally saying that I will make sure your entire family suffers for lifetime. And the person, if B is internally feeling very guilty, he has done something to the person A, maybe knowingly or maybe unknowingly. And this person A is now strongly telling this person with lot of intent and a lot of strength and very strong negative emotions. He's saying, I will make sure your family suffers and you will know what I'm feeling. So now what's happening? There is an energy exchange. There is an exchange offer. The person B is feeling the guilt. The person A is feeling the anger. And his energies are now getting stored with this person B. Person B is already feeling guilty. Now, along with this word, all the energies are now being carried. So whenever I use terms like, I will make sure that this will happen to you, whatever may be the case, these are eternal postulates. I is permanent. This body is not permanent, but I am permanent. So when I say I will make sure your entire family suffers, I am cursing the person for next so many generations. And I will be sitting in his family as an obsessor. And I will be traveling through the generations together to make sure that this anger and this guilt is carried forward to the next generation. And every generation, depending on what kind of curse it is and what kind of emotions it is carrying, the family will have repercussions of it. Because when I'm carrying a very strong guilt that my life will never be better, and when I'm passing that to the next generation, the next generation will also feel the same thing and it will attract the same. So same negative feelings, negative emotions will attract more of similar stories. I have come across healing sessions where my clients carried curses from 50 generations, 40 generations. So it's a long story, but yes, family curses are very real. Yes. Yes, sir, it's very much possible. Same family quarreling. There are a lot of things. So it depends on what kind of words we have used, what kind of curse it has come, what kind of energies they are carrying, what has been done. So family drama is a family drama. So without drama, there is no family. So yeah, somebody dies. So I'm also answering questions because my topic is almost over. So somebody dies in accident or burned to death. And burned to death, yeah. So it is possible to heal that trauma going through the ancestral healing. It is possible to heal the trauma, and even if it is an accidental death. So the rituals work as long as the person is aware that he is dead and he is receiving the energetical things and the rituals that you are doing. In rare cases, the ritual doesn't reach them because the person is not aware of the death. And just hearing about the origin of the curse may not nullify it, because the ancestor who has received the curse is still carrying the energy of the person who has cursed. So then, when we are doing the healing, we will invite all the people who are in the drama, and we will redo the drama. We'll try to make a peace with it, and then we will change the emotions into a positive side, and so on and so forth. And if somebody is murdered, So murder has got too many things to enter it. It can be an accident, it can be a planned murder as a life plan. So whatever it is, it can be backtraced, it can be understood what it is, why it is happened, what it is happened. Suicides, murders, accidental deaths, and all kind of tragic deaths. But these are the areas where most of the ancestral issues come actually. And along with that, the major thing is family core issues. And once we heal our ancestors, the positive energies start flowing. And I will be living my life. So that is my focus. That will be the entire spiritual journey about elevating myself. So Uddharet Atman Atmanam. So there is no one else to help me. So I will not be carrying the negative emotions of the ancestors, and I will not be living their trauma and their lives. I want to live my life. So saying thanks to every ancestor through a very healed environment, and living my life with my right to choose and to live in the here and now. This is what the outcome of ancestral healing would be in any modality for that matter. The final outcome will be this, and it has to be this. Even the rituals, they are intent to do the same thing. Well, in foreign countries, so the rituals, the Indian, I feel the ancient Indian culture is very authentic in addressing after death, because we believe in afterlife. There is a very strong systematic system to do the rituals and how to allow the person to move on. However, in Western countries, in many other countries, in many other religions, this tendency is not there. Their definition of death is different. Their definition of afterlife is different. But I feel somewhere down the line, finally they are inclined towards the same outcome. The final outcome is almost similar, even though the interpretations are different. But I am very interested in looking into our own rituals and understanding them, and I try to look them in the eyes of therapy and healing and the energy work that happens in these rituals. So that has been my area of interest, and so I was paying attention to it. And I have not gone through the other modalities or the other religions yet. So I think ancestral healing is a beautiful thing to do, especially during these days. I think the Pitru Paksha is very auspicious and powerful in these times. So yes, so that is from my end, and if you have questions, please shoot.
Sir, you said Pitru Paksha is, my name is, Pitru Paksha is good, you said, but can we give, like, that's why they give Tarpana and all that, right? So, but when there is only women in the family, then what happens? What do we do?
So ancestral healing sessions anybody can do. Yes, of course, rituals have got their own angle and their own restrictions. So I feel so it's an entirely different topic why women are not allowed to do various things in these kind of rituals. Your energy, the women's energy flow is in a different direction most of the times, and the third eye and the astral dimension related things. It's also true that the women are also more emotional beings, and their aura is slightly more vulnerable than men. So the hard part is left to them. But so it's not that it should not be doing, it cannot be done. But I think the rituals are in that way for a reason. Mostly most of the regions are energetic. And I am not well aware of these energetic repercussions of why women are not allowed. But yes, my colleague is still, she is very interested in all these things. So I tend to hear from her most of the time. So, but yes, what I understood from her discussions with her is that the most of Indian rituals where the women are usually kept away from, they are mostly because of pure energetic reasons. The flow of prana, the flow of nadis, the energies, and the chakras. So it's mostly to do with that rather than any other reasons. The physical reasons and all other the rules and regulations, they are just the covering for it, but the actual reasons are mostly energetic. Why they shouldn't touch and all these things, even for the menstruation and all those things.
Oh yeah, okay. But how does a lay person or a lay person in a family know that we need ancestral healing?
So if you have patterns that are getting repeated throughout your generation, multiple generations, multiple generations having similar, or it is alternative generations.
Okay.
One of my clients' space, what happened is, it's a very big family of more than 200, 300 people, and every time when they are one generation, becomes too big, like the entire generation is now crossing 250. There are series of accidental deaths happening. In 1 or 2 years, there are 20, 30 people gone in the entire family. Continuous accidental deaths. So when we traced this back, it went to a very strong curse laid by around 250 generations ago by some rishi and some lady in the family. And she cursed that because you are not a family worthy person, your family should not grow more than this. Something like that. She cursed, and that energy got carried, and it was attracting accidents, it was attracting accidental deaths. So more than 11,000 people stuck without crossing the bardo. So these things happened this was an actual session.
Wow, okay, very
It
interesting.
happens. So if you have patterns that are coming to multiple generations, then it is definitely coming something from ancestral. Nobody is getting success in the entire family, nobody is getting money in the entire family, and body pains, or most of the genetic things are also ancestral.
Even like cancer, right? Or diabetes, right?
Yes. Most of them are usually.
Oh, okay.
Suicidal deaths can be a family pattern if there are a lot of them. Multiple suicides constantly happening. Yeah, somebody asked me this in the chart.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay. We need your number, sir.
Yeah, I have shared my number in the chat.
Adarsh, you have a question?
Yes, please.
In Indian families...
A little louder.
Oh, sorry. Now? Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, much better.
Now, in Indian families, normally they say that after marriage, for example, the girl's gotram will be joined to her husband's family. So if there are only daughters or the son is not there, they cannot do the Pitru puja for their parents who have deceased. How does this work? And nowadays, if you look at it, as you mentioned earlier, women were a lot more, protected, and they're living in an environment where they were not too exposed to the world. I'm talking about my grandparents' time. I remember my grandmother would say that women would not even see outside men; they would be in the courtyard. So those days, it is definitely plausible that women may not be able to take the harsh realities of life, including death and pain. But nowadays, I have also been told that because of modern living, modern living conventions, many women are forced to become more masculine, to even go out into the job market. So nowadays, they would not be so susceptible to these factors that you spoke about. So how does it work with, girls going and their gotra joining the husband's gotra after marriage, and therefore they're not literally a part of the family? How does the system work? Could you please explain?
I feel just my opinion it is, but I do not know the technicalities of it. But the entire marriage ritual is very tantric, and the breaking the gotra and everything, all these rituals, they are finally meant to take one purpose, that to make sure that the girl feels that I belong to this family and I am accepted, and the boy who is getting married is also come to the same time that she is mine and I accept her fully and completely. The final emotion, the final outcome would be that. And for that, all these energetic relationships have been done. And it is also true that we carry a cord with the family. So there is a energetic cord. That is how the energy is coming to us. So when the Gotra is broken, this energetic cord is also broken to some extent. But still, we will be carrying the energies from the ancestors no matter what. So it is in our DNA, so we are definitely carrying it.
So daughters can also do the puja for their parents.
Well, that is more of a religious technical question. I am really not qualified to answer. But yes, I feel there is nothing wrong in doing it as long as they know how to handle their energies. So as I said, it's more like an energetic task rather than a physical and emotional task. So as long as they're energetically receiving, not susceptible to handle it, I think it should be fine.
One more question. I've read that in countries where, and it's true, like in India, and maybe many Eastern cultures and many traditional olden days, like Red Indian, these African shaman, etc. All these cultures have been aware that there is something called ancestral karma, and that we should assuage, or we should kind of calm the ancestors' spirits, those who have had unfulfilled desires when they passed on. So this awareness is not really there in modern Western culture. But what I've heard is those cultures that are not aware, they normally, their teenagers experience a lot of disturbance in those teenage years because of not being aware of these ancestral karmas and how to calm the ancestors, how to address the ancestral karma. Is that true?
Could be true, but even I am hearing these statistics from you for the first time. But I think technically it is possible because children tend to open their auras very quickly. Small children and even the teenagers, they go through a lot of emotion up and downs. Whenever our emotions are up and down, our aura is opening. And whenever aura is opening, we are inviting more and more energies. So ancestral energy stuck somewhere with unfinished business can easily be invited. And we are anyhow already having a resonating energy within us. Let's say an ancestor is stuck, and he badly wanted to go for a trek. I'll take a very, hypothetical example. So he wanted to trek, and he's so hard for it. He definitely wants it, but he dies without doing it. Or he's when he is going up, he dies because of some accident or something. So now his soul is stuck. It has not moved on, and he's unaware of his death. He is still climbing the hill. Mentally, his astral presence is in that zone only. So now what happens? If a teenager in his family is already resonating with him, they have resonating energies. Now he's in a, if there is a boy in the family who is interested in trekking and he is restricted to go, now he is emotionally open to receive this energy. This person is traveling in the astral world. He finds, okay, there is a resonating energy happening. I want to go. So this boy will be attracting that person's energy. And now his behavior will change. His decisions will get influenced because this person is not aware of the death. He's living his life in the teenager's body. He's influencing him. It's like, to put it in a very simple way, let's say this teenage boy is riding his cycle, and whenever there is an influencing energy taking control of it, this boy is in the back seat and the other person he is riding. So his decisions are influenced, or he is telling him something, okay, go this way, in his ears. So now the boy is going, instead of going straight, he's going right. So these kind of manipulations happen when these external energies are present in our aura. So it's very much possible that the teens are getting disturbed because of the ancestral energies. It's very much possible, I feel.
That makes sense. Thank you.
This is Malki speaking.
Yes, Malki.
ಇದು supposing ಇದು possession ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ ತರ ಒಂಥರ sounds a bit like that ಆ ತರ ಇದೆ.
Yeah, sometimes it can be obsession, it can be possession. Possession is a bit extreme, where there is nobody in the driver's seat but the person who is already taking control.
ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು?
In such cases, we will have to find alternative routes. Like schizophrenia is most like a possession only, but there are different energies, past lives and ancestral energies, or some other external energies. Lot of energies sitting in the driver's seat at different points of time. So the actual driver is not present at all. The owner of the body is not there, and he is somewhere in the back seat. So bringing him up becomes difficult. At that point of time, we do surrogate healings. We work through their close relatives or friends and try to restore their energies, their presence back. So it's a long way. It's a slow kind of thing, but it's possible. Even in case of possessions, it is possible. Possessions are very common in most of the healing sessions, but they are temporary, they are momentary. Possessions are very common, but it's like full-time possession and all very extreme cases. They are very rare. But yes, they are also there, and they are repercussion of the same thing.
Okay,
Somebody who is different person than the actual driver.
Namaste, this is Shubha here.
Namaste.
My father had two brothers, one elder and one younger. In elder uncle's case, all the four boys are very well settled, living very happily with their wives and their family again. But in younger brother's house, again four sons, out of which two sons' wives are divorced. The one is okay, happily settled. The one more doesn't have children like that. So the first uncle's in social this one, they are very well settled, not in the second one. But all the ancestors are the same. And in all the ancestor case, they were so pious and religious that they have done 12-day, 13-day, all karmas, yearly shraddhas were carried out very well with all rightful this one and all. But why is this so then? If it is something to do with the ancestors.
I do not feel like it is an ancestral issue, rather than it looks like a family issue.
Okay.
Because it's limited to that family, that wing of the family. But if it is not addressed, maybe it will go forward to the next generations.
No, what I was told was the younger auntie, once she had gone to Dharmasthala or somewhere, where somebody said, no, a girl in the family was troubled, and this is because of your daughter-in-laws are going away, something like that.
That is very much possible. It's more like an obsession, or that person is trying to. So these kind of things happen when there are resonating energies. Somebody feeling the same way how the girl has felt. So it could be a curse, but it's affecting only one part of the family.
Yes.
So it is possible. Curses need not affect everybody. Only those who have acceptance to the curse, they will get affected.
Okay.
So sometimes for some people nothing happens. For some people, doesn't matter how bad their entire family is, they step forward and they go out with an entirely different energies. That is how they are taking charge of they are doing it without healing.
Yes, correct. Okay, thank you.
So there can be exceptions. It need not affect everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
More
you.
questions?
Any other questions? Anybody? Kindly unmute yourself and ask your questions.
I have one clarification.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Where in our scriptures anything is talked about this need for ancestral healing?
I do not think anywhere the scriptures talk about the healing, because most of our rituals are nothing but ancestral healing only. They are done in a different way. We are working on mostly on energetic side of it. They are doing it on physical, emotional, mental, and energetic side of it through a proper ritual and system. That's all. This is what I feel.
Oh, okay. Thank you. See, one I don't know, maybe I missed during the talk. See, that hypnotherapy was very clear last time when you gave a talk. Yes. But here I didn't get how exactly this ancestral healing is done. What are the different processes?
So this ancestral healing is also a part of hypnotherapy and regression therapy that we do. But this case, the regression is not just limited to one person, but we go back generations. So we go now in hypnotherapy, in regression therapy, when a person comes to me with an issue, let's say, I have a frequent failure, or let's take the example of this, the daughter-in-laws going away, something like that. So when, let's say, the elder member of the family comes to me saying that in my family everybody is getting divorced and I'm worried about it. So now, if I feel this is an ancestral issue, or if it is an ancestral issue, when I trace the root back, I regress, it will land in an ancestral space where the curse has been received or something like that. It will automatically go to an ancestral healing session. Just like a hypnotherapy session. It will just go backwards, generations together.
Oh, this person himself will go towards.
He will be able to
ancestors.
sense and feel and understand what is it. So sometimes what we do is, if we definitely know through astrology or through some other modality, if the person knows this is an ancestral issue, it's a clear-cut ancestral issue, then we directly invite the ancestors into his energetic space. We trace it backwards as many generations as it needs to be. But it is purely a therapeutic process. The experience is exactly same how it goes with hypnotherapy and regression therapy. There is nothing much of a difference. Only that we are healing generations together, not just one person. That is the only difference. So it gives a very deeper healing.
Thank you. Last time you gave a resource about karmic contract. Similarly, is there any good resource on this ancestral healing?
I'll try to find. I'm not sure, because most of the things I have talked about is purely based on deep healing book that I'm studying for TASO. That book is available. I can share that with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So ancestral
Any
lineage
other
is wide.
questions?
Yeah, I have a question, Sajani.
Yes, go ahead.
Is there at this time, Pitru Paksha time, is there any simple prayer or a ritual that we can do to do this ancestral healing?
I can do that. It'll take some. I think not exactly this. We can do a very simple Ho'oponopono if you are familiar with this, or I can teach. Ho'oponopono is very powerful at this point of time, and we can just simply address all our ancestors and do that. It will be very nice. I can do a quick demo if the time permits.
In fact, sorry, this is Meera. I was going to say that because in Ho'oponopono they talk about the ancestral healing, Dr. Hugh.
Yes.
And then how, it comes to generations. That's why. So you do good karma and it'll go into your families, that's what he says. So now that you're mentioning, I'm so happy. Yeah.
Yes. It's a very powerful tool and it's very simple also to follow. And if you combine Ho'oponopono with EFT, it is even more powerful.
Yeah, Meeraji had taught us, in fact, Ho'oponopono.
Oh, nice. Amazing. So I think there are two more questions in the chart. In one's span of life, he or she will get blessings as well as curses. So blessings may not nullify the curses. So somebody has asked this. So we carry the blessings. It's a separate channel. The curses, they are separate channel. So for the curses, the blessings cannot be replacement unless they are exact opposite energies and coming from the same ancestor. If the ancestor who has passed on the guilt for generation together, if he is actually having a complete positive emotion at the point of dying, where he has accepted his guilt, he has expressed it, and he has overcome it, and he has turned it into a positive zone, then the positive will carry forward, because he has not gone through the healing, or he has not processed that emotion. That is why it is passing on to generations. So the blessings are separate, the curses are separate. They go in entirely different channels. And ancestral lineage is wide. My father's family line is different. His father's family line is, yes. So it's a big tree. It's very widespread. So it's like an organization tree that goes backwards. And in the ancestral healing, we usually trace only that energy, how it is being traced, to whom it is going. So we carry only that lineage for that one issue. So that's how we usually do it. Yes.
Any other questions? Kindly unmute yourself and ask any questions.
Just a request you said you would take us through a Ho'oponopono exercise. If that's possible, it would be lovely to go through it in the short time that we have.
Yeah. Can do that.
Thank you.
All right. So I will combine EFT with Ho'oponopono. I don't know whether you been doing this before or not. EFT has got around 9 different points. And before I get into the EFT, let's all close our eyes for a second and bring all our presence to completely here and now. Just simply repeat your name and your age and tell yourself, I am in charge of this body and this body belongs to me. My name is so and so, and I am so many years old, and I am in charge of this body. I am bringing all my presence to completely here and now. With every breath, I am inhaling all positivity, and I am exhaling all my stress, all my pain. With every breath, I am becoming more and more aware of my body. I am breathing into the rhythm of my body. And as I breathe, I am becoming aware of my hands, my legs, my face, my chair, my surroundings, my dress, ornaments, watch, bracelet, and so on. And even my specs. And I become fully present. And as I become more and more presence, I am now intending to say thank you. Say thank you to all my ancestors that are now bringing their presence into my awareness as I think about them. I am proud to be in this family. I am proud to be the members of this lineage. I am grateful to be part of this family. I am grateful for all the resources, all the blessings that I have received from so many generations behind me. And I am now making everyone aware of my current life. I may be carrying good, bad, all kind of energies from multiple generations across multiple lifetimes. There may be my own past lives as my own ancestors. I acknowledge all my ancestors. I see you. I acknowledge. I understand. And I thank you. And I seek my sincere apologies for whatever wrong that I may have done to you. I am truly sorry. Please forgive me. I truly love you. And I really thank you. I'm grateful to be in this family. And simply imagine yourself being in a very big hall and see all your healed ancestors stepping into the room, forming a family tree and taking their respective places. All healed ancestors are now stepping into the room. A big hall that you are in, and seek their blessings. I'm truly sorry. Please forgive me. Truly love you and thank you. And I'm grateful for receiving the positive healed emotions from you. Positive healed energies from you. Your blessings and your guidance. I'm truly sorry for any wrongdoings from my part that may have bothered you. Please forgive me for any kind of trouble that I may have caused to you, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously. But I truly love you. Out loud, I love to be in this family. I love you truly and completely. And I thank you for being there for me, blessing me, for guiding me, bringing all your healed energies into me and my family, to my generation. I'm truly sorry, please forgive me. I truly love you. Thank you. And feel and receive the abundant, happy emotions and blessings slowly coming like a silver etheric cord, like a silver energy, silver colored light flowing from them all the way to you, and receive them into your body of today. Feeling blessed, feeling abundantly supplied with those emotions that brings your family happiness, wealth, abundance, love, and care. So I'm truly sorry. Please forgive me. I truly love you. And I thank you. And as they bless, become aware of them and slowly allow them to go back to wherever they come from. And then cleanse the hall with a violet light turning anti-clockwise, removing all the energies that does not belong to you as the adult of today. Allow a white light coming from the universe or from your favorite deity, cleansing from top of your head to the tip of your toes, removing all the negative energies and negative emotions. And let a golden ball of light come from your favorite deity or from the universe. And let it come and merge with your heart chakra into your chest, into your heart. And let it circulate and flow through each and every part of your body, just like the blood flows. Let it energize, bringing the healed energies into the body of today. Once you're comfortable, slowly rub your hands and open your eyes, keeping them on. Along with this, EFT Ho'oponopono also we can do. Has everybody come back?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I am specifically, I have given a command where only healed ancestors will come. So otherwise, it will be a combination of everybody. Anyways, so a simple EFT we can do with the same phrases. The phrases I can share also later on. So yeah, 9 points. So we can start with this. Do I have the time? Can we do this? Or okay.
Yeah, yes,
So,
sir, definitely.
Yes, you can do it.
okay. So I intend to express my gratitude to all my ancestors. I'm truly sorry for any wrongdoing that may have been bothering my ancestors. Please forgive me for whatever reason that you may not be happy. But I truly love you and I intend to take blessings from you as my ancestor. And I'm truly thankful to you for being there for me, guiding me in every way. I intend to receive all the healed and positive emotions from my ancestors. Yet, I intend to live my life in here and now, and I reclaim my right to choose and be in here and now. See, the idea is we want to carry all the energies from ancestors, but not the negative ones. We don't want to live their trauma. We don't want to live their negative emotions or outcomes. So we take charge of our life by saying this phrase that I hereby reclaim my right to choose and live in the here and now. I'm truly sorry. Please forgive me. I truly love you. And I thank you. I'm truly sorry. Please forgive me. I truly love you. And I thank you. I'm truly sorry. Please forgive me. I truly love you. And I thank you. Truly sorry. Please forgive me. I truly love you. And I thank you. Truly sorry. Please forgive me. I truly love you. And I thank you. I'm truly sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And I thank you. Truly sorry. Please forgive me. I truly love you. And I thank you. Truly sorry. Please forgive me. Truly love you. And I thank you. Simply breathe out by keeping one hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach. 7 times. Breathe out from your mouth. And if you yawn, if you burp, if you cough, it is all right. It means some energy is getting released. It's all good.
All good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hope I was not too fast to follow.
No,
That's
Just
okay. We've done it before. Thank you.
Thank you,
And,
Adarsh.
you know, it was really very nice, very interesting. You took us through not only ancestral healing, but EFT, Hoponopo, a lot you covered in the short span of 1 hour. Thank you so much. And now I request Ramesh to kindly propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sajani. So, Adarsh, thank you so much. Your sessions have been very helpful. You've been very down to earth and kind and gentle, and I believe very perceptive also from a person who's really practiced what he speaks. So there's a lot of power behind what you say, and I pray that we all make the best of that. And I also thank you for choosing the topic this week, because it is the most relevant for this period. And so many of us are so caught up in our lives that we might even tend to not be appropriate in our connection with our own ancestors. And this is the best time to do it. So thank you so much for making us aware. And thank you for giving us a solution also, an easy solution. And thank you for this very nice meditation, Ho'oponopono and the EFT. And we'd love to see you again too.
Wonderful.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for being with us today. And we look forward to seeing you every Thursday at 6:30. Thank you so much and goodbye.